Hi, my beauties. If you want to see how I did this look, stay tuned. If you like what you see, ring the bell, smash thumbs up, leave me a comment down below, and tell your friends to come check it out and subscribe so we can get that number up to 350. One of the things that I'm going to include is the Pure Midnight Midnight Masquerade. Okay, it's still all sealed up, and then those are the colors right there. So that is one thing that will definitely be in the giveaway, along with a bunch of other things. So as soon as we get that number up, I can certainly do the giveaway. So again, if you like what you see, stay tuned. Hi, my beauties. So today I'm going to try to do a very bold fall look. We're at least going to attempt it. I've already primed and set my eyes, and I've set my camera back so that hopefully it's in a better position. We will see. We will see. Just trying to get my mirror to where I can see. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the Beauty Glazed Sunset Dusk, and I'm going to start with Pumpkin and my Real Technique Essential Crease Brush. As usual. Trying to find like that perfect fall look for me. I just haven't found it yet.
Can I help you? What are you doing there? Excuse me. It's okay, I'm fine. What? Oh. No. What are you doing? I'm not a molester, I'm a forensic anthropologist. Okay, FBI business, I'm going to simmer down.
So, this weekend, I will be holed up in my home, possibly, because it's a very small town that I live in, and every year, second weekend in October, they have something called court days. The history of it was a day to buy, sell, and trade guns legally through the court. And as time moved on, it evolved. So now you have all kinds of food trucks. You can get funnel cake, you can get gyros. I mean, it's like a ton of very different foods. Then there's a bunch of booths where they sell stuff. So it's like a giant flea market combined with kind of like a festival. And people come from all over for it. out of state even. But it gets very, very, very crowded. I went the first year we were here, and then went another time. But that one was cold and rainy, so we didn't stay very long. But I mean, you could buy anything that you want, really. From toys to antiques to clothing, hats, purses, jewelry. And what's really neat is there's a lot of handcrafted items. And that's really, really neat. Okay. Alright, I'm going to go into the UKMB Twilight and Dusk. I'm going to deepen it with Nefertiti.
Hi. We didn't really get a chance to talk today. Yeah. I wasn't bringing you.
But
Swing thing.
they close off
Do better.
the downtown area,
It was perfect. It was.
and anyone that lives close to where everything's going on, they sell parking spots. And where we're at, we're close, but we're not close enough to do something like that. Because it's a good little walk. I mean, it's walking distance, but it's a decent walk.
It pulls everybody else into it. And what the great date tells us is that wedding. Yeah. So, can we go back? Right? Friends.
But my husband has the weekend off, so it would be a perfect time to go. I just don't know that I feel like dealing with the crowds, because it is very, very crowded.
Friends.
And whereas I have medication for my anxiety, I prefer not to use it.
This is what happened when Roosevelt. Objectification of women, beauty as self-esteem. No. I think,
I prefer to do
but then again, you're
more natural things to control my anxiety. I have a bunch of different things. It just depends on where my level is. Sometimes it's just playing the really quick, mindless games like the ones you get in Facebook Messenger. You know, just anything to kind of shut my brain down. Sometimes I sketch, sometimes I color, sometimes I turn everything off and play music. It's what I call music therapy. And depending on my level of anxiety as to what I play.
Oh, so, I'll see you tomorrow?
Okay.
No. You know, you have all the beautiful things, right?
No, I was gonna stay.
I'm gonna go into my Beauty Glazed must-have palette.
Cool. What about your appointment?
How about take out these notes?
I'm gonna use a small flat brush. I think it's the Ampty. And I've got hair everywhere. I shed like there's no tomorrow. Okay, these don't have names, but I'm going to start off with this green and then probably layer it with this green.
Movies on TNT tonight. Safe House at 8, followed by Boys in the Hood at 10:30.
And I know this probably seems very odd. And it may not work. You know, I am terrified to go to Vegas. Because I could just see me on the slot machines, just plunking money into it, thinking, gotta hit at some point. Just keep. Now I know my parents, they went to Atlantic City, and they had a system where they had a certain amount that they were willing to lose and played it. And then the moment that they won enough to cover that, they put that back in the pocket and then played with just the winnings. So essentially, they didn't lose anything. I would probably dip. Okay, this green is too close in shade, so I'm just going to layer it over this other. Kind of change it from being so bright. But I am so ready to go on another cruise. I told my husband that I would love for him to just one time tell me, come on, let's go. Be like, where are we going? And him telling me, don't worry about it. And then pull up to the ships. That would be awesome. Now, do I really think that's going to happen? Not in the slightest.
A better SUV dares to ask why not? Like, why not Versa? Master of all seasons.
Why not?
Horizons kind of Versa. Why not turn up
I have a thought.
first class? Why not make it money?
Not that. Definitely not that.
And of course, why? Friend picking you up at midnight. Why?
That one will work.
Big Steve.
Okay.
Awarded best SUV brand for 2018.
I'm going to come into the outer corner. This color right here.
Their homes. They want to know who you are. We're Almond Breeze, and we only use California-grown Blue Diamond almonds in our almond milk, cared for by our family of almond growers. Blue Diamond Almond Breeze. The best almonds make the best almond milk. Exciting news, Mason cardholders. Now through December 31st, you can get 80 more rewards when you join Thanks for Sharing. You'll get 10% back in rewards on top of your everyday platinum, gold, or silver benefits. So what are you waiting for? Sign up today.
I read something very, very interesting. The Hawaiian
Ultrasoft is twice as absorbent, so you can use less.
that did
So it's harder to resist.
Somewhere Over the Rainbow on the ukulele, that at like 3 in the morning, he had this idea. And he called up this person that had a studio, ran a studio, and asked if he could come in right then. And because the guy liked him and everything, he said yes. He went in, played it one time, and that's the recording that you hear. And I think that is so amazing, because usually it takes more than just one take. I've never heard of somebody doing it in one shot. Because even John Lennon, when the Beatles did Shout, the reason his voice is so gravelly is because they kept doing it over and over and over and over, and he strained his voice. So it came out very gravelly, but it worked so well for the song. And, you know, that's kind of the norm of just doing multiple takes.
Yep, dental records confirmed. Male victim is Mason Roberts. Bludgeoned to death, presumably with a baseball bat.
This guy here looks like a long ball hitter.
Sweet Pete Arno is a gaming executive at Tan Junior. See the other two there? Bill Roberts needed to do this one.
Okay.
Only preliminary. Blows to the cranium, torso, and upper extremities.
Oh, so it's Roberts.
But the likely results must confuse.
Likely results, officers not investing about off it.
With the shape of her injuries, the pattern of healing and de-breaking, there's a long history of a soccer booth and not from any baseball bat. Plus, found this embedded in her skull.
A hearing aid?
They're common with abuse victims. Repeated blows to the head can damage the bones in the inner ear. Sorry, but
But I don't know what made me think of that.
That's not too far.
She goes by the name Billy. This year's Billy Morgan.
My brain kind of fires
Reported missing 2 weeks ago by her husband.
oddly.
her abusive husband covering his tracks.
Possible. Maybe you might know how his wife and Roberts moved here. May even know your friends here.
You get on that, I'll fly these remains back to the Jeffersonian.
Cool. Hey, whoa.
And a lot of my friends and family are just like, how do you switch that quickly from one thought to the next? And I'm like, just the way my brain works.
If there's some forensic claims to be sorted, we'll find them. As long as you keep me in the loop. And if we could actually keep you out.
Okay, alright, fine. So that's the deal. Box them up. So wait till there's a big
I don't know why. I just know
In here, I thought she left me.
it does.
I got laid off.
Okay.
Billy. She hated seeing me sitting around the house all day. Christ.
Let's blend.
I just fell off in my
Breaking a fall.
My Elizabeth Mott blending brush.
Alright,
Oh.
so I got a police report that says
Lose my head if it wasn't attached.
screaming. Arguing.
If you're new, I use the same that I set my eyes with
Broke, was that against your wife's face?
No.
to highlight.
Billy, okay?
Then how'd she lose weight?
I don't know. She was a kid who played sports. One too many soccer balls to the head.
And it's usually just a basic
you're my number one suspect, so it would be wise.
cream or ivory. And I just kind of put a bunch on there because when I blend it out,
Yeah, I bought her $8 grand from the loan shark.
it just does better. You'll see.
So that's how I understand.
So that's how you broke your thumb. The loan shark comes to collect $10 grand on here. You can't pay him, so
Yeah, no, I want 10.
I need the loan shark's name.
And I know a lot of people like to do a shimmer. I like to do a matte.
Yeah, that's right. Who was Mackie? Yeah. Send us information to myself.
And that just is a personal preference. I've always said makeup is an art, and just do what you feel comfortable with. Now, when I blend, I always start off with my lighter colors so that I don't transfer the dark into it. And I really like this blending brush because it really does the work for you.
Oh my gosh. I completely forgot. You can't be here, Ruth. You're a degenerate gambler.
Former gambler. Not degenerate. I've been to the program, okay? You know, he's on the move.
Okay, well, what if you guys send her to gamble over here? I mean, it's like sending an alcoholic who just you need to sit down.
But see the difference with the eyes just in doing that. And then I come down to the lid and then I work in the dark.
What's that game called again? What's the matter now?
I like to have a very seamless look where it's like hard to tell really where one ends and one begins. And that's all I do. Now I do have color switch, and I run this through so that when I go to do the other side, I'm not transferring any dark into that light.
I'm afraid you have me confused with somewhere else.
I don't think I do. Somebody, Don Morgan, introduced us 30.
Now, if you don't have a color switch, there's a couple things that you can do.
No, that's a great idea. Maybe you can tell
You
us
can
what you did
just run the brush on a paper towel, which is what we did back in the day, or the foam thing that comes in the Boxycharm, from what I understand, is real good for allowing it. Because all that does is it allows you to use the same brush and not worry about color transfer. And I think the one that I got at Sephora,
Leave me alone.
I think it was 16. I won't swear to it. But I love it because then I don't have to worry about constantly washing my brushes, because this part just comes out and then I wash this and just kind of helps extend the life of your brushes. Dun, 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 dun. I think it came out all right. Tell me what you think. Where are we on time? Of course. We're going to attempt
You should notify Dr. Bueno when you do. Any specifics on the bat used to kill Robert's head, Zach?
There's a replica. Cincinnati slugger with 3-inch diameter, weighing about 27 ounces.
You think the mob would come up with less cliche ways to whack people?
But there's something else. Staining of Robert's cranium indicates seepage to the cervical spine. So somehow blood from his head went down to his neck.
Vertebra C7. Are those cut marks?
So his throat was cut too.
Or my scarab needles to find out specific cause of death on the one.
She displays a hemothorax.
and I can honestly say
Fracture, broken rib, punctures alone, causing massive internal bleeding.
And between her pre-existing injuries
that
and
this
the poor girl never had a chance to heal.
is on very well. It doesn't tug.
Take a closer look at the stress markers to her sternum, Zachary.
This is the Maybelline that I got in the
Were the result of repetitive medium impact manual blows in the single
Walmart box. It doesn't tug and it does not budge.
His hairline fractures on her knuckles.
Defensive words. Let me zoom in. Repetitive manual blows, fractured knuckles, typical corticoid.
Okay.
Could have been simple cortisone.
No.
That's certainly possible.
What are you thinking, Dr. Brennan?
I'm thinking that Billy Morgan could have been a boxer.
Like a real boxer in the ring.
But wouldn't boxing gloves prevent injuries like these?
Not unless she wasn't wearing gloves.
What boxer is that?
Ultimate Fighters. Ultimate Fighters. You're one crime too, huh? Dude, it's barbaric. Shows up on cable, I can't turn it off.
And it's actually legal.
Completely sanctioned. They do wear some protective gear, which would fly in the face for a girl's injuries. That is, unless it was on the ground.
And Brad Lawyer.
Come on, did you guys ever see Fight Club? Illegal, no hold bars.
Okay, I kind of like that way. Let's see if we can do it on the other eye. I'm going to go ahead and pause and do the other eye with it. And go ahead and do my face so that this video isn't
She never told me.
Your own wife didn't tell you.
longer than it needs to be.
Because I never let her. Lily hadn't boxed in a year.
So, I'll be right back. Okay, so this is the finished look. I like how the wing came out on the side. Not so much on this one. I just can't seem to get that flick right on this one. And my lips are two different colors. They're both the Kat Von D Everlasting lipstick in Lolita and Crucifix. Now, I did the Crucifix first and then the Lolita over it. Still a little on the brown side for me. So I might try mixing it with the red next time to see if that kind of gives it a little more not so brown. But it is a very good fall color. So, I don't know. But If you like what you saw, ring the bell, smash the thumbs up, leave me a comment down below. Till then, goodbye, my beauties.